Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to Trails Through Daybreak. Yes, it is Trails Through Daybreak. I don't know why my brain was like being like, no, this isn't Daybreak. It's
Wow,
like, no, it is.
this cathedral isn't as big as the one in Aracion, but it's still pretty massive. The interior is also quite beautiful, and it's such a soothing place to be in.
Luckily, it seems that past me was actually on the ball. It seems I did finish up all the rounds. I thought I was starting them. Anyway, we're just gonna wrap up a few little things, then get on to the side quests. The final side quest, and I did a double check. I'm not missing any side quests. In terms
Very
of
well.
getting close to actually finishing the game for like trophies and stuff, yeah, we just need to complete all the side quests. We'll get Arkwright Solutions up to AAA rank, and then pretty much just, beat the game. Not much else they can really do. I still do need to go fight fucking Shizuna in the VR thing again. That's why I'm gonna do it after the side quest though, because I'll at least be as strong as I can be after they're done.
Lady.
Anyway, I'd handled our staff scheduling so that Sister Belicia could be in her hometown to assist her people. And to think that just meant she'd be another victim in the Crave village. The least I can do is wish that she can rest easy. I shall pray for the goddess to bless her. Man, she must feel a big guilt for that
Indeed.
one. Come to think of it, Sister Philia made a confession to me this morning. I'm not exactly sure what was bothering her. I can't imagine her faith is anything to confess about. She spoke of reverence, but a word like that doesn't seem to invite sin to me. I think, like I
Not
said,
this way.
they're probably busy up there. Okay, so we can't do that right now. Anyway, I think I once...
Now let us all
I think-
pray together.
I'm sure Master would stroll on in if he was here. Oh, I think they might be telling me something. Goddess, thank you for blessing us. Please grant us eternal peace to the souls of those who have passed. Miss Goddess Adios, please watch over Daddy and Mommy and me. Mommy, where's Daddy? Oh, I forgot to mention. Ku said he'd arrive a little late. With the festival and now the attack on top of everything, things have been hectic over at the Crossbow Consultant. But don't worry, it sounds like everything will be settled before the festivities, and we'll get to spend the festival with Daddy. Yay! It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Alrighty.
I know, again, I just seem to be, like, skipping by a lot of dialogue and stuff, but, I'm trying to do things all in a certain way. Now then, what side quests do we have? We have one down here, obviously.
Taking off now.
So, what's the side quest we have over here then?
Hey,
Oh boy. Hey, you're Zora, right? The one who put the call out for us? We're with Arkwright Solutions. Nice to meet you. Wonderful. Thank you so much for coming. Please, have a seat. I'll get some tea ready in just a minute. I was curious what a Spriggan would be like, But you look just like normal people. I might have even seen you around town before. You probably have. Our office is here in Old Town. I know some stuff about you and your son. He's studying for high school entrance exams, right? You weren't kidding. You really do know about us. But you're right. We're hoping he'll be able to get into Aramis Academy, so I'm having him rigorously study every day. His grades were in a bit of a rut for a while, but they have thankfully started improving. Not that I ever doubted him, of course. He's my son, so I know he's capable. If he keeps this up, he will surely nail a spot in the academy at the tippy top of his class. Mom's real passionate about her kitty's education. But right now, he's starting to show some promise. The situation turns dire. Curtis has been behaving rather strange as of late. He's becoming violent all of a sudden, yelling really loudly and hitting things. And he's never done that before? Never in his life. He's always been a good boy. He must be in some awful company if he's acting this way. That's the most logical explanation. I take my eyes off of him for a moment and this happens. That's why I need you. Please, you must figure out what happened to my precious Curtis. So what if he's got a little sassy? I don't want to curse myself mute if I was getting choked like this 24/7. Really? I don't think it would hurt to look into it a little and make sure he isn't falling in with a bad crowd. What do you think, Van? Should we help her? Maybe. Just give me a minute to think. Alright, we'll take the case. Fantastic, thank you so much. If you don't mind me asking, ma'am, where is Curtis right now? Oh, he's out buying some reference material. There's a bookstore in the Tyrell district that we'd like to shop at. I imagine he's there. Oh, so he's out right now. Perfect. But before we do anything else, mind if we search his room? I ain't too hot on digging through a teen's room like that, but it's the most obvious place to start looking. I understand. You can search his room. Follow me upstairs. Bet you anything he's got all them good dirty mags hidden under his mattress? And how did I know you were gonna say that?
Time to start working.
Here you are. This is Curtis's room. Thank you for showing us. Alright, let's get this done before the kid's back home. Van and the rest started combing through Curtis's bedroom. At first, they found nothing of note that could possibly explain his violent turn in behavior. The only objects kept hidden were mock exams with failing scores. But a few minutes later... Well, would you look at that? Did you find something, Van? You bet. Take a look at what I found tucked away inside the desk drawer. A mint tin? It looks empty. I don't think I recognize the brand. Could you explain what it is? Yo, they sell tobacco-flavored mints inside these suckers. You only get them if you're smoking or trying to quit. That would explain why it doesn't smell like cigs in here. You would have been chewing on those instead of lighting one up. They taste like what? They may not be the real thing, but only delinquents even think about smoking at this age. Oh, my poor Curtis. What did I go wrong with you? I thought I raised you to be a good boy. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, ma'am. We might be missing something that explains why he had this tin. I know exactly why he had it. It's all my husband's fault. Him and that scoundrel of his that got him demoted from the Bank of Edith. We were forced to move into Old Town because of that. If we were living in a safer neighborhood, my son wouldn't be straying from the path. My husband was supposed to start working at a subsidiary once he was out of probation. But where do I end up finding him instead? Montmartre. I caught him eating there again without a care in the world when I was out shopping. Absolutely ridiculous. Has he been working this whole time? Or has he just been pulling the wool over my eyes? She just keeps going. Anyway, this tin here gives us a good jumping point. We'll keep sniffing around and see what we turn up. Pardon my outburst. I'll leave you all to it. I'll be waiting for your report downstairs. What's the matter, Van? Did you notice something else? Yeah, the tin still stinks. It's faint, but you can still get a whiff if you get real close to it. It smells just like an old hookah. Feels like a lifetime ago, but I recognize that smell anywhere. Really? And here I thought we were finally done with the bullshit. I don't know if I'm more surprised by the horrible hookahs coming back, or that hound's nose of yours picking up the smell. I don't doubt Mr. Arkwright is right about it, but the Cid and the police were supposed to have confiscated all of them. I don't remember hearing about that stuff coming in tablets. Where did he get something like that? I worry for his health. He could be affected. Alright, Chief, what's the plan? Do we just go straight to the kid and get him to spill? Nah, we need to figure out where these things came from in the first place. Right now, this stays between us. Nothing good can come of his mom catching wind of this. With a firecracker of a mom like that, I can only imagine. Since we're talking about tobacco-flavored mints, maybe his cigarette seller would know something. If his father smokes too, that could also lead somewhere. Agreed. Might as well look into both of those. The mom said something about her husband eating the Montmartre. Whoops.
Hey,
Let's start here since it's the closest.
Can we talk?
Sorry to interrupt your class. Can we have a quick chat? We want to ask about a kid we've been hired to look into. Name's Curtis.
Of all the times, I guess we can if it really can't wait. Let's go somewhere else.
Van explained the request he and the others received from Curtis's mother. They also explained his stark change in personality.
Right, okay. Not gonna lie, I think his parents are making a storm in a teacup. Kid's not gonna turn to some hardened criminal because of this. But to answer your question, I do know who you're talking about. He came to my tobacco kiosk about an hour ago.
He did?
Yeah, he asked if I had any tobacco-flavored mints for sale. I told him I don't sell them, and that even if I did, a kid like him shouldn't go anywhere near them. He got all huffy and started yelling, called me an old hag, which was nice of him.
I'm so sorry you had to deal with that.
Damn kid's got balls to say that to your face. What'd he do after that?
Beats me. My guess is he went looking for some other place he could sucker into selling him those mints.
Makes sense. Alright, thanks for the info. Montmont hits the spot every single time. All my exhaustion for work just gets washed away.
Let me ask you something.
Got a minute? We want to ask you something about your son. Van explained the request from Roman's wife and summarized the team's finding thus far. What? My son is chewing on tobacco-flavored mints? I can't believe it. He's never been the brightest at school, but I didn't think he'd be that stupid.
Sir, please, calm down.
As an aside, do you smoke it all yourself? Goddess, no. Why would I? The smell would only make our clients uncomfortable.
Then do you have any idea why Curtis could be taking those tablets? Any at all?
Oh, I know what's going on with him. Boy must be getting lazy, tired of studying for entrance exams, so he must be taking them as a distraction. What an embarrassment. He's getting real spoiled if he thinks he can get away with all this nonsense. When I was his age, I was so focused on my studies, I didn't even eat or sleep. Just what in Gehenna is Yoda doing raising our son for him to turn out like that?
What's his problem? I get he's mad, but he's still a kid's dad.
With parents like this, kids are gonna start acting out sooner or later. Thanks for the info. We'll get out of your hair.
Well, that's both people on our list.
And none of it helped. Dad didn't really tell us anything new about the kid, and we got no info to go on about them mints. Guess the last stop's the bookstore his mom mentioned. He might not even be there, but it can't hurt to talk to him if he is.
If he's not, we can always ask the staff. They might know something.
The bookstore, eh?
Let's be on our way.
Can we talk?
I don't see anyone who looks like they could be Curtis. I'll hit up the manager and see what she has to say. Excuse me, does the name Curtis ring a bell by any chance? Van explained the request he and the others received from Curtis's mother. They also explained his stark change in personality.
Oh, wow. Poor Curtis. I had no idea he was going through all that. He comes here a lot, so one of my workers and I made a point of looking after him and helping him with the studies. Unfortunately, I couldn't really tell you anything about his personal life, or those mints you mentioned. That's news to me. That's okay. We appreciate you taking the time we appreciate you talking to us all. If you don't mind, could you tell us more about the other worker? Oh, I recognize you. You came here a lot too. You're from Aramis, aren't you? His name is Albert. You probably know him, right? Yes, absolutely. I can't believe I forgot that this is where he works. Oh, he sure does. He and Curtis seem to get along really well. He would recommend reference books for Curtis to buy and whatnot. Between the two of us, I imagine Albert would know more about it than I do.
Fat load of good that'll do unless we can track the nerd down. Any idea where he might be?
At this hour, he's probably either on campus or somewhere around the Arbor District. Then what are we waiting for? Let's go find him!
That's exactly what we're gonna do. Fingers crossed he doesn't turn out to be a dead end.
Time to
Somewhere in
depart.
the Arbor District. I wouldn't exactly know where.
Oh, right here.
This year's almost over
wait, no.
already.
What nonsense are you on?
Can we talk?
I'm sorry to call you all of a sudden, Albert. It's alright. It looks like something you need to be discreet about. Something like that. We're looking into someone right now. Do you know Curtis?
Van's team told Albert what they'd heard from Curtis's mom. It also explained how he has changed recently.
Damn it. I knew something was up. He's been acting strange lately.
Maybe unstable is the best word for it.
It was very different from his usual self.
So, how long have you known?
You know, I don't really want to help you, but I guess I noticed it around late October, early November. He was pretty down in the dumps before that, saying he'd lost motivation. But he then started being all excited about his studies all of a sudden. Something was off about it, though. I don't know where all the enthusiasm came from. Thank you for letting us know. Have you heard anything in particular about his friends? As if he was hanging around with the bad crowd?
No, not really. Didn't look like it anyway.
Wait, maybe. It's not quite that. But I remember someone that looked like him,
Hanging around the back streets in the Tyrell district.
since it was at night and the guy he was talking to looked real shady, I just kind of assumed it couldn't be Curtis. Oh, damn it. Maybe that's the guy that...
Come on, stop mumbling and get out with it already.
We've been warned at school to watch out for a suspicious man that hangs around Tyrell's back streets. He apparently sells tobacco and hard drugs to young people. That's what the rumors say anyway. I should have made the connection earlier. Curtis could have brought the tablets from him. That makes a lot of sense. Maybe he was going to meet him today when he said he was going to the bookstore.
Looks like it anyway. Next stop, Tyrell's back streets. Well, I'm glad I could be of help.
Please, do something for Curtis. We will. Thank you for your help, Albert.
Whoops.
Let's be on our way.
Turn that off.
There he is. That's gotta be the seller, right? He just looks like it.
Only one way to find out. I'll pose as a customer and try talking to him. You guys hang out here. If we approach him as a group, he'll probably get spooked.
Makes sense to me. Good luck, Van.
Well, hold on a minute, Chief. We're talking about a guy who deals to kids. He ain't gonna sell to an old fart like you. You're never missing an opportunity to remind me that I'm older than you, do you? But you might have a point. If his client base is students like Curtis, then I sure as hell am out.
Van, don't let Aaron get to you. You're still perfectly young. Don't worry about it. You should be more confident.
I agree. I'm not the best man for the job. It ought to be someone who looks rebellious enough to enjoy taking drugs, or else our guy won't bite. Well, you're up, kid. Show this old man what a young punk like you can deliver. Hell yeah! I'll deliver. Just watch and learn. Yo, dude. Heard you could hook me up with some of the good shit. Not true?
Who the hell are you?
A good friend of mine told me all about you. Said you got some kick-ass mints that can get you high. Emphasis on the kick. Mind hooking me up with some? I'll pay you whatever you want if it's that good.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, man. That wanky-ass school kid fill you in? I'll let you in on a secret. That stuff originally came straight from some pharmaceutical company. I hadn't heard of them before, but I guess they got busted by the cops or something like that. They were out on the market for only a hot minute before they were taken off. I just sold the last of my stock to that kid a little while ago.
You kidding me? All that talk and you got nothing to deliver? Way to let a guy down.
Hey, trust me, I'd love to have more if I could. It just is what it is. Seems like that kid's developed a real dependence on him, though. I tried telling him what I just told you, but he got all pissy with me. Told me to give him more before chucking what he had at me like a little baby. Stuff like that's why I freaking hate dealing with addicts like him. They've always gotta make everything hard.
Bingo. So the kid really did just come through here. Sounds pretty shitty, yeah. What do you do after throwing that temper tantrum?
I suggested some other stuff to him, but he wouldn't listen to me. All he wants are them mints, it seems.
So I told him to try the Blacklight District just to finally get the damn kid out of my face. Even told him how to get down there for good measure. Hopefully he'll leave me alone.
The Blacklight District, huh? That's a good idea. I could definitely see someone down there hawking that stuff in some dark and dingy corner.
Is that all you were after too? Just those mints? I've got plenty of other perfectly good stuff, you know. I'll even give you a free hit. You should try.
Nah, I'm good, man. I'm only interested in them mints.
Great, thanks for nothing. What a waste of time. I think I'm gonna try selling somewhere else. Seems always deader here than a stuffed palm.
Nice work. Sounds like you got a lot out of that dirtbag.
I'm just glad we have an idea of where Curtis might be. I bet we can guess where those mints came from, too.
Yeah, it was probably a dummy cooperation set up by A. All we need to do is find the kid and hear his side of the story. Seeing as he's on his way to the Blacklight District, let's focus on dragging him out first. We can question him after that.
Shall we be on our way, then?
Sounds good to me. A place like that isn't going to be dangerous. A place like that isn't going to be dangerous for a kid like him before long.
Here goes!
Don't think I've seen you before.
Finally. I finally found you. Hey, you're Maja, right? The herb seller? Tell me you got the mints I'm looking for.
Say, I don't think I recognize you. You look like you came from the surface. The way you're dressed. Hate to break it to you, but I don't stock that garbage. Honestly, you should really quit taking those things you know what's good for you.
Liar! You have those mints, I know you do! If I don't get the mints, I'm... Bingo. Knew this is where we found our Poindexter. What do you want? I could swear I recognized you from somewhere.
You're Curtis, right? Clearly something's going on with this kid here. Mind filling me in?
Sure. His mom sent us out for a request. What? I didn't hear anything about that. All I knew is they were hard to come by. I thought they were ordinary mints that just happened to taste like tobacco.
Oh, there's more to them than that. Much more. I heard they were manufactured by A, and that they leaked down to the streets before the cops did their post-Tharbad roundup. The state stamped out all their pipelines, so they're not being made anymore. It's only a matter of time before they're off the streets completely.
That's a relief. I get you kids like to rebel against your parents, but our drugs aren't exactly the gotcha you think they are. It's not about that! I'm not trying to rebel. I need those mints. Why can't you simpletons understand?
It's not worth damaging your body. You really need to stop.
Hey, you're already showing side effects, buddy. That outburst right there? Probably the mints making you irritable and prone to withdrawal. Like it or not, those things are having an impact on you, and they're only gonna get worse the longer you're on them. I know that! For crying out loud, I know they're dangerous, but I have to take them. If I don't have them, I can't study hard enough. And if I can't study hard enough, I'll fail my entrance exam, and I'll just be another stupid kid like all the rest. I don't even want to imagine how my parents would react if that happens. They'll yell and scream and maybe kick me out of the house. My life's just over, isn't it?
This poor kid. I feel awful for him. This mint addiction seems to be a symptom of the real problem then. We'll need to address the root case to solve this. We'll need to address the root cause to solve this case. This poor kid's been driven into a corner. We have to hold his parents accountable. No middle schooler should be stressing like this.
It's pretty clear to me that the parents share some kind of blame here. We're gonna need to give them a talking to. Look, I know you're not gonna like this, but I need you to be part of that discussion with us, okay?
If you don't mind me asking, do you know who sold those mints to him in the first place?
We do, actually. Blonde guy with goatee. Seemed like he had a habit of swinging his stuff around town.
Oh, him. Should have figured. Don't you guys worry. He hasn't been on the streets for long. I'm sure I'll be sure to remind him of the rules we have here. Though, frankly, if he's going around selling drugs to children, he won't be on the streets for long.
Thanks. We really appreciate it. Saves us the bombshell of having to go find him again. I probably ought to report back to Ren before doing anything else, though.
Now that we're done here, let's swing back around to Bramati's place and fill him in on the details.
Good idea. Maybe you can take a look at Curtis and diagnose his condition.
Van and company quickly got to work, paying Bramati a visit and filling him in on the minty mystery. Having previously analyzed the ingredients found in the herbal hookah, Bramati was able to prescribe sorely needed medicine for the boy. And once Curtis's symptoms subsided, Van contacted his parents. They agreed to reconvene at the family's home so that the group could report their findings. Okay, now that everyone's here, we can get started.
Well, what did you find? Was I right? Has Curtis made some bad friends?
I'm sure it's just a typical rebellious teen phase. Let's go over what we found, then we can take things from there. Van began by discussing how Curtis bought the tobacco-flavored mints from a dealer on a whim. Curtis soon had developed a dependency on them, since his academics improved when he used them. Van also brought up how the mints were laced with drugs. But the side effects were light, Curtis soon started taking prescription medicine, thinking it would cure him.
This is all so much to take in. I feel so dizzy thinking about this. To think my own son would be taking prescription drugs. He's even worse than I could have imagined. I'm very much disappointed in you. Is this the thanks I get after supporting you in your studies unconditionally? What do you have to say for yourself, young man?
Keep it down, will you? Or do you want the neighbors to hear you? As for you, did you forget that your father just started working again? I don't have time for this nonsense, and yet here you are, causing me nothing but problems, as if I don't have enough on my plate already. I practically had to beg for some time off work to come have this conversation with you. Are you even aware of what I'm going through? I'm sorry. Hey, I'm honestly surprised at the total lack of shame here.
So am I. Are you actually sorry for what you're putting us through, young man?
I trust the police aren't going to have to get involved at this point. The last thing I need is for my son to get arrested. Now that will really get me fired. No, you two got it all wrong. He's not the only one that should be ashamed. It's you two. You should be mortified. Though I guess that's up to you. Can't force each other. Can't force either of you to feel guilty.
Guilty? What should I even feel guilty for?
Don't try to change the subject. Curtis is the one that's acting like a delinquent. This isn't about us. On the contrary, you old piece of shit. This is all about you. Or did you forget already? You asked us to figure out why your kid changed. We're serving you the answer on a silver platter.
Curtis was hitting a dead end with his studies and felt like he was being driven into a corner. That may be true, but I fail to see what this has to do with either of us.
Well, since you're not getting it, I'll spell it out for you. Your son didn't fall in with a bad crowd or change because of some damn mints. It's all because his parents, a neglectful pair that failed to notice what he was going through. Or maybe you just didn't want to. I knew I wouldn't like where this conversation was headed. Where did I fail as a father,
Have you ever stopped to think about how Curtis feels? I don't know everything about your family, but it looks like you two only worry about what you want for him, and not what he wants. And who are you, thinking you can tell us how to run our family? You don't have the slightest idea of how hard I've worked for this. Also, Curtis could get into a prestigious high school.
Exactly. Do you know how much money I've spent on his textbooks and mock tests? I've done all that despite my work situation. This conversation's getting nowhere, and fast. Should have known they would listen. I feel wrong bailing out and leaving the kid out to dry, though. Not really my style, but I guess it's time to a little marriage counseling. Holy shit!
Oh, that is fucking... Oh my god. That is fucked.
We could actually recommend they just get a divorce right now. Holy shit.
Well, I'd like to believe that we can better the relationship, and because this is a video game, bringing up their family bonds will 100% fix the situation. But if this was real life, that recommended divorce might probably be something you should do. Because, well, some people are set on their evil ways inside their hearts. But again, it's a video game, so we can fix things or just completely fuck it up. Also, maybe Curtis doesn't want them to get a divorce. You gotta think about that. Unless the boy really just wanted to get away, he wouldn't care. But there's the part of him that doesn't want to disappoint his family. So, obviously.
Maybe talking about their family bonds will get these two to snap out of it. Has it even crossed your minds just why your son was so desperate with his studies? Who knows? Maybe I'm talking out of my ass. But shit looks like he was just trying to live up to those lofty expectations of yours.
That's not why. I just thought a good student should go to a prestigious school.
Then you hit a brick wall. So that's when you started turning to those mints to get into Aramis. At the end of the day, is that what you wanted? I mean, sounds to me like what you really wanted was to not let your folks down. You put in all the effort so they would finally acknowledge you.
I don't know what to say.
And while your son's busting his back to succeed, what support did he have? He had a mother that twisted her love and affection for her child into a leash, and a father acting only for his own self-righteousness, without ever stopping to look back at his family. Honestly, none of you ever did. You two don't know the first thing about taking care of a kid, and you think this sad excuse for parenting's the best way to raise him.
I'm so sorry. I wanted to support you, but it turns out all I did was... I was just burdening you even more. I might have let it get to my head, having so much power over managing your life. I failed you as a mother. I should have believed in you.
I'm also sorry, son. I thought it was my job as a man of the house to provide for my family, and that it was your mother's job to raise you instead. When I was demoted at work, I thought I had failed you all. But that's not what all this started. It began with me neglecting you. What really should have been my role within the family.
Dad. Mom.
I think it's time for us three to sit down and talk. As a family. Talk and figure out where things all went wrong. And how to fix things.
You're right. It's time we stopped running from reality and started trying to work together. I guess so. We really do need to talk. Glad things have finally calmed down. You had me on the edge of my seat the whole time. I sincerely hope the conversation we'll have once we leave proves to be a fruitful one.
I don't got anything else to add here. The rest is up to you. And don't worry about the whole drug deal. We'll take care of it. We'll get out of here now. Good luck.
That's all, folks.
Reward deposited.
Oh yeah.
What's gotten into you two? You were all normal this morning, and now you're all soft and stuff. Fine, I'll take the medicine, okay? And, thanks. I guess I owe you. Anyway, I have to get dinner ready. Let's discuss this over dinner, okay?
So, Bud, how are your grades coming along? No, that's not what I should be talking about. I just don't really know where to start. Well, we can only hope for the best for these guys.
'Cause every night